Golf fans, buckle up. We just witnessed one of the most intense junior playoffs in recent memory. You thought the name Woods was finished? Think again, because what happened at Eagle Trace Golf Club on June 19th, 2025 didn't just shake up the leaderboard. It shook up expectations. The stage? A U.S. Junior Amateur qualifier in Coral Springs, Florida. The heat? Unforgiving. The pressure? Off the charts. Only 5 spots up for grabs. And when the dust settled from the final round, 3 names were tied at that final cut line. Charlie Woods, Matthew Morigliano, and Oscar Crowe. 1 playoff hole. 3 players. 1 shot at history. But before we get to the fireworks, let's rewind for a second. Charlie had clawed his way back into contention with a steady back 9, while Morigliano was locked in all day, barely missing a beat. Oscar Crowe, right in the mix, grinding until the very last hole. And just like that, bam, the scoreboard was frozen. 3 players sitting at 171. Only 1 would move on to Dallas for the 2025 U.S. Junior Amateur Championship. 3 teenagers, 1 shot at the national stage. Who blinks first? Spectators leaned in, phones came out. The gallery swelled with whispers. Because, let's be honest, it wasn't just another playoff, it was this playoff. Charlie Woods, the 16-year-old son of a golf legend, now standing in his own moment. No dad, no spotlight, just pressure. If you weren't watching live, you missed one of the coldest clutch moments of the year. This wasn't hype, it was heart. 3 enter, only 1 leaves with the ticket. Everything was calm until the first swing. So what exactly happened in that playoff that left people speechless? And why is everyone still talking about it days later? Stick around, because what Charlie did next, no one saw coming. And it may have just changed the junior golf conversation forever. When the first tee shot was struck at Eagle Trace, nobody knew it would all come down to 3 names, 1 number, and 1 nerve-wracking playoff. But by the time the scorecards were signed, the tension was suffocating. All 3, Charlie Woods, Matthew Morigliano, and Oscar Crowe, finished the round at 171. That's not just respectable, that's survival mode under pressure. But here's where it gets real. It wasn't a cakewalk. Eagle Trace wasn't forgiving that day. The Florida heat was brutal. The greens, fast and moody. And the stakes, sky high. This wasn't just another round, it was a career checkpoint. Charlie started solid but wasn't making headlines on the front 9. It was his back 9 grind, steady pars, a laser approach on 15, and a birdie on 17 that pulled him into the fight. It wasn't flashy. It was surgical. Morigliano, on the other hand, had been methodical all day. No mistakes, no meltdowns, just machine-like precision. He wasn't chasing the spotlight, he was holding his ground. And Oscar Crowe? The underdog with bite. He stayed in striking distance, navigating bunkers and fast greens with surprising control. 3 young guns, each with a different story, heading toward the same finish line. By hole 18, it was clear. No one was backing down. Every swing, every read on the green, every club selection mattered. The final stretch was less about golf and more about grit. 3 swings from glory, 3 swings from heartbreak. This is where talent meets tension. It wasn't about stats, it was about steel. There were no favorites anymore, only survivors. The pressure didn't break them, it shaped the moment. Every stroke was a message. I belong here. They weren't just playing a course, they were battling fate. And destiny? It doesn't do ties. The playoff wasn't an accident, it was inevitable. Now that we've built the battlefield, let's talk about what happened when they stepped into sudden death. The playoff hole wasn't just a decider, it was a pressure cooker. No second chances, no margin for nerves, no shadows to hide in. The sun was dropping low over Eagle Trace. The air, still thick from Florida heat, hung with tension. Spectators pressed in tighter, phones went up. Coaches stepped back. The entire moment shrunk to 1 hole, a medium-length par 4, with teeth if you miss left and disaster if you miss long. Charlie, Matthew, and Oscar stood side by side, but the silence between them said everything. 3 bags, 3 swings, 1 shot at immortality. Morigliano was first, clean off the tee but short of ideal. His approach, aggressive, maybe too much, leaked left and rolled to the fringe. Crowe followed, a solid tee shot, but his second ballooned in the wind, landing well short of pin high. 2 decent looks, but no pressure on the hole. Then came Charlie. No hesitation, no panic, no doubt. A pure tee shot. Fairway, center stripe, calm walk to his ball, quick read with his caddy, and then the soft, high fade on his second shot. One bounce, 2 feet from the hole. When his ball stopped rolling, so did the noise. According to Reuters, Woods delivered the kind of shot under pressure that you'd expect from a 10-year veteran, not a 16-year-old junior. Golf Digest called it a fearless swing in a fear-filled moment. Mariliano missed his birdie look, so did Crow. And Charlie tapped in. Ice cold. It wasn't flashy, it was fatal. When Charlie stepped up, the pressure stepped back. He didn't overpower the hole. He outthought it. 2 swings, 1 read, and a memory burned into the grass. This wasn't just golf, but it was a mic drop. He didn't win by distance, he won by decision. That flag didn't just mark the hole, it marked the moment. Charlie didn't flinch, he finished. 1 hole, 1 birdie, 1 Woods, and the golf world left speechless. The birdie had dropped, the crowd had gasped. The playoff was over. But the story? That was just getting started. Charlie didn't just walk off that green, he walked into headlines. CBS Sports called it a clinic in composure. NBC Sports went further, saying, Charlie Woods just gave us a glimpse of his father's mental game. Calm, cold, complete. And speaking of his father, yes, Tiger Woods was there, watching quietly behind the ropes. According to Golf Digest, he nodded once after the birdie fell. No fist pump, no celebration, just that signature Tiger smirk. One nod from a legend. A lifetime of meaning, and this wasn't just a playoff, it was a statement, a message to every junior in the country. Charlie isn't just the son of, he's now the one to watch. This was no longer about a name, it was about a mindset. For Matthew Mariliano, it was heartbreak, but not humiliation. His round was strong, his playoff was gutsy. He's now an alternate for the U.S. Junior Amateur. But missing that last step, it stings. He was this close, the spotlight shifted, but the respect remains. And for Oscar Crow, same story. Strong showing, but not enough in the moment that mattered. Golf is cruel, because it only remembers the one who closed. This was the moment Charlie Woods stopped chasing, saw, and started owning. Tiger didn't raise a shadow, he raised a storm. The gallery didn't cheer, they stood frozen. There was no roar, only realization. Charlie didn't talk, he delivered. He didn't celebrate, he confirmed. The playoff didn't crown a qualifier, it launched a name. And everyone watching knew this kid isn't here to participate. Now, the field is watching, coaches are taking notes, juniors are sharpening their games, and Charlie, he's not looking back because the up next is Dallas, and he's not done yet. Charlie Woods didn't just win a playoff, he punched a ticket to the biggest stage in junior golf. But if you think that birdie was the end, you're not watching close enough. From July 21st to 26th, all eyes turned to Dallas, Texas for the U.S. Junior Amateur Championship, and Charlie Woods is officially in the field. He's headed to Trinity Forest Golf Club, where the best of the best will battle through stroke play, then march into head-to-head match play for one of the most coveted titles in youth golf. This is where the noise gets louder, and the fairways get thinner. Charlie won't be just another name in the bracket. He'll be the name, the one with a target on his back, the one everyone wants to beat, the one with legacy stitched into his glove. He'll face the best junior golfers in the country, from reigning champions to phenoms with offers from every Division I powerhouse. There are no easy wins here, no shortcuts, just pressure, precision, and potential. He's no longer the story of a father. He's the story of the future. This isn't about fame, it's about fire. The bracket won't care about his last name, but the crowd will. There are no practice swings for legacy. In Dallas, every mistake echoes louder. Every match is a career checkpoint. Every hole is a headline waiting to happen. And every swing, a test of what's next. So here's the real question. Is Charlie Woods ready to carry the weight of the Woods legacy? Or was this just a glimpse of what's to come? Let us know what you think in the comments. Who do you think is the biggest threat to Charlie at Trinity Forest? And do you believe this is the start of a breakout year, or just the first step in something even bigger? And if you haven't seen how Charlie got here, don't miss our full breakdown of his rise through junior golf, his mindset, and what makes his game different from everyone else's. Hit that next video, because this story, it's far from over.